Alright, what is up, you beautiful people? Today we got another Eagles workout that's gonna be Devontae Smith, wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles.
I'm Devontae Smith, and I'm going to show you what it's like to train like an NFL wide receiver.
And it is caught for a touchdown. Devontae Smith,
I think the intensity of your workouts depend on what you have going for the day. If it's a day you have practice, you're not really going to go real heavy. You're going to go kind of light. During the season, you still wouldn't want to go extra heavy, but you would go heavy in the morning.
Making the catch is Devontae Smith.
Alright, talking about periodization there, as you're getting ready for a competition, a few things you can do. As he's explaining there, when he has training days, he goes a little bit lighter, more hypertrophy focused. And when he's not training, and then he has a little bit of a heavier day. So there he has a little bit of a mixed periodization where he's doing both at the same time. Nothing wrong with that. Works great for the game he's playing. If you want more of a linear approach, I prefer a blocked out progression where you have your first block for hypertrophy, then your second block for strength, just because it's a little bit hard to actually build for both at the same time. There is some carryover, but you're not going to get the most efficient effect. So I would prefer splitting them up. Obviously here he can't really because that's the sport he plays, but I would prefer if you're able to do one block maybe 8 to 12 weeks doing hypertrophy, then the next 8 to 12 weeks you'll use that hypertrophy gains to fuel your strength gains and so on.
So I start off in the training room with flexibility, do a lot of theraguns and stretch and loosen the muscles. If we have soreness anywhere, to get the soreness out. When you go out there and you're not loose, that's when you start pulling muscles. It's not good. So warming up is a good part of practice, and also, it gets the blood flowing, it gets the day going. Your hamstrings, your glutes, your hip flexors have to be able to withstand everything, especially with cutting and things that you do with your legs. Those are the three things that I feel you have to have very strong. So we have kettlebells.
Alright, before the workout starts, Theragun there. From the research I'm aware of, the Theragun doesn't really break the adhesions in the fascia as something like massage might be able to. I personally think massage therapy is a little bit more effective, but anecdotally, I personally love the Theragun. I feel like it helps me recover, but I think that is because it helps me relax, so that helps me recover, just being able to relax. So if you find the Theragun, foam rolling, things like that aggressive or too much for you, like it spikes your stress or it feels like a workout makes you start to breathe heavy, that might not be the best for you, but as long as you feel relaxed using your Theragun, keep doing it.
Swings, 3 sets, 5 reps. You're getting your power through your hips and your glutes. As a receiver, it translates to the field because you have to get down in low stances and use your glutes, your hips, and everything else to explode in and out of cuts. This workout here is basically a glute bridge with a ring to squeeze your glutes, squeeze your adductor. The glute bridge translates to the field because, once again, you get down in a bunch of stances and your power is through your glutes. And the adductor is a small muscle that you use a lot. The biggest thing is keeping your glutes engaged to make sure that you're squeezing at the top. I hate upper body, so if I had to choose, I'd do a lower workout any day. I'm not a big guy, so a lot of weight on the upper body.
Alright, small thing there. With the ring on that glute bridge, actually a great exercise. I prefer a band though. If you could get a smaller band and wrap it around the inside of your knees, if you need to, you can go down to the calves or above the knee, a little bit higher up too. That'll be a little bit easier for you. But the band there is going to give you a little bit better tension profile. I personally prefer a little bit more adductor work as well. Abductor, ABD as in taking away, over adductor work, just because a lot of the times people are going to have overactive adductors anyway, so it's good to balance out that opposite side rather than doubling down.
Don't like it. I just don't. The burn that I feel on upper body is terrible, but the burn that I feel on lower body is great.
Oh, Devontae Smith, what a catch! How in the world did he hold on to that?
Got some chills.
So here is incline dumbbell to target your pecs. Shoulders, make sure that you keep them tight. We had practice right after, so you can't go crazy on the reps and the weight because you don't want to go out to practice sore. Stay up your shoulders, taking a lot of hits and things. Just make sure that you're keeping them strong and making sure that you're able to embrace the impact. It will help, when you're blocking people and things like that, things that receivers don't necessarily, quote unquote, want to do.
receivers or just you?
Maybe me.
Hell no, we blocking. We told that.
He's getting hella hyped there. You love to see it. You love to see it. Good player. But on the incline dumbbell press there, a few different notes. One, I think he can go down a little bit deeper. If you widen out your stance there, you can actually get the dumbbell touching even past your shoulder once you get the mobility. You can almost touch like the inside of your shoulder or like that bicep peak here. Crazy stretch. Gonna be really good for developing some pushing power. When you go through that full range of motion, you're actually unlocking some flexibility and more power than just simply pushing through here, because it's going to take more force to push from a greater stretch, so you're actually outputting more power than from that lower range, even if you were doing a higher weight.
Up next, we have the plate bent over W press. We have 3 sets, 9 reps. The purpose behind this movement is shoulder stability and strength. Once again, you're out there, you're playing football, you're going to get hit, you're going to be blocking guys and things, so you have to keep your shoulders strong. You want to keep your elbows kind of at 90 degrees as you come up and you extend out. Next up, we have partner resisted.
Okay, I'll do the Nordics first just because they're on screen. These are a great exercise, will bulletproof your knee. Most people, you're going to need the partner that he has. You're not really able to do them by yourself for most people. I personally don't have the strength to do these unassisted, so most of the time you'll need a buddy to do these. That's really the biggest con, but great for hypertrophy, great for strength, great for bulletproofing the knee, developing explosiveness, great exercise all around there. And then I'm going to go off the plate bent with press. That one kind of looks like a cobra to me. For me personally, I don't really like that exercise too much. It kind of looks like more of like a stabilization training, maybe like a phase 1 type of deal. He probably has most of that stability already built, so I'd rather see him work on that full range of motion strength work than just foundation work. He already has the foundation. I'd like to see an upright row instead. Maybe he does need the stabilization, but if what I say is true and he has that foundation, upright row with some high tilted elbows, going nice and high, almost like a front raise at the end. It's going to give you a lot of those same stabilizers working there. If you really need some extra load, you could also do 45 degree or 90 degree back extension and have a snatch grip on the bar. That's going to give you that crazy pump in the upper back that he had there. If you really want a Cobra 2 on the 45 degree back extension, is going to be pretty good.
Eccentric leg curls. We have 4 sets, 2 sets of 5, 2 sets of 4. The point of this is to keep your hamstrings engaged. As a receiver, you run around a lot, so you have to have strong hamstrings, making sure that you're able to run. Some days you're going to have a heavy load, some days you're going to have a light load, and we kept the reps low because we had practice out. Next we have Kaiser RFEs. We have 4 sets, 2 sets of 5, 2 sets of 4. It's basically a squat to keep the stability in your leg, to strengthen your legs, going out there running, cutting, things like that. And the Kaiser essentially is a machine that's air weight instead of using actual weights. Next we have the body saw.
So that one kind of like a lunge there, or a Bulgarian split squat. It looks like nothing wrong with that movement. I would have liked to see him go a little bit deeper. If you want to get real crazy, you could even do the ATG split squat with your heel elevated there to increase mobility and then progressively overload by decreasing that incline. But the way he's doing it is just fine. Granted that you can get down nice and low, especially as an athlete. I would like to see that to increase some hip mobility there, develop some nice strengths in the hips.
We have 3 sets of 9 reps, and here we just, getting the core stability. If you don't have a strong core, then it's going to be hard to stay stable in a lot of things you do, whether you're cutting, you're blocking people. Here you would need a slippery surface.
I like how high he
towel
gets.
to put your feet on. You want to keep your elbows on the ground, stay at 90, and you don't want to go all the way back. You want to basically go shoulder blades to your elbows and then just come back up, trying to keep it tight, and you should be squeezing to where you feel it in your core. Dumbbell single arm lat emphasis row, 3 sets, 5 reps. You want to balance yourself on one arm and have your other arm with the dumbbell in it, and you want to keep your arm kind of bent a little bit so when you roll back you can feel everything in your lat and not anywhere else. So the reason for me choosing that major is because I knew that I was going to be playing football, and I think the best way to,
Okay, I'm gonna talk about that row for a second. Oh my god, that thing kind of that reset my brain right there. That row. Me personally, I mean, I kind of understand that bent method, but I don't think you're getting nearly as much range of motion there as bringing the elbow in, pulling with the elbow, keeping it tight. It looked like he was kind of just swinging back with the arm there. Nothing necessarily wrong. Me personally, how I would alter that exercise though, keep that elbow really tight so that when you're crunching in, the elbow does come in a little bit, but you're pulling that elbow as high as you can. You can even twist your body a little bit, and then you'll still get that same range, same activation as he's getting, but you'll get it all over the back. You'll get a higher range of motion, and it'll be a lot tighter of a movement. Additionally, at the end, he's kind of getting that swing, but he's not letting his shoulders protract really. He's kind of stopping where that swing ends, like a pullover motion, but you could even let gravity kind of stretch your shoulders, really work that serratus and let it stretch everything, and then crunch in nice and tight. That's amazing. You'll get some great shoulder health and stability from that.
Next we have TRX face curls. We have 2 sets, 12 to 16 reps. Me personally, I go burnout, so I can't go no more. And you want to have your feet planted, you want to lean back some, have your arms straight, and you want to curl to 90 degrees. Basically, this here is for a man that just want to show off, his arms. Want your arms look good. That's all this is. This has no translation to anything else. Next, we have dumbbell skull crushers. 2 sets,
Okay,
10
I'm
to 12
actually gonna
reps.
let both of those
Once
play.
again, I go burnout. You want to have your arms straight, bend them down to 90. Don't hit yourself in the forehead. And basically, this is another workout where you just want to look good.
All right, I'm gonna go over both of those in one go, because what I actually would like for biceps and triceps is a superset there, and I would actually alter his bicep exercise first there. The bicep TRX pull, I don't necessarily see anything wrong with it, but I think there is a better exercise, and that would be the bicep focused chin up there. Very similar movement pattern, but you're gonna get a super deep stretch in your bicep there, a lot longer than that TRX is gonna give you, a lot more tension in that stretched position, which is good for everything. And then you're also gonna get some shoulder mobility, some shoulder health, and you're also gonna be able to use your lats to help you on that concentric, and then nice and slow on the eccentric of your biceps once you get tired there. All you do for that one, tuck your biceps in a little bit, and you're almost, same as the TRX actually, just curling yourself up to the bar and lowering through your bicep, rather than pulling straight in and pulling yourself to the ceiling or to the bar. And then second, on those triceps there, he's doing a skull crusher with some dumbbells. That variant's okay. I would also like it on the easy bar or even on the Smith machine. All of those are mighty fine. Probably an incline bench or the Smith machine is the best option. I would say scoot that bar down a little bit. I actually come up towards my forehead and then come back down a little bit past my forehead, just so I don't have a chance of crushing myself, just so you don't have to worry about it, because I do train to failure sometimes. You don't have to kill yourself, right? So additionally, I would say he could add in a close grip bench on top of that. So once you get to your tricep skull crushers, once you get to the end, you can't do any more. Slide that weight, close grip. You can do it on the dumbbells too, but I think it's better with the easy bar. And you're keeping your elbows in nice and close, and your bench pressing there really close. It's gonna burn like heck, but now you have your chest to help you with your triceps, and then nice and slow eccentric. Same thing as the pull-ups. If you do 5 sets of that back to back to back, probably take you 15 minutes. You'll be out of the gym. That's a crazy pump for almost your full upper body there.
So the next workout we have is a hip flexor raise. Get a band, put it around a dumbbell or a kettlebell, and put it around your foot. It's just the band is just to hold the kettlebell in place. I do 2 sets of 10 reps up and down, and then 10-second hold. This here works on your hip flexor strength. A lot of your strength comes from your hip flexors and your glutes and things like that. So you have to have strong hip flexors to go out there and run around a lot. And it also helps when you're coming in and out of breaks. So this is the workout that I like to do a lot to keep my hip flexor strong. I don't know the exact age I started working out. I started taking things.
All right, my critique there, I don't think you need to do too much isolation on like hip flexors and things like that, abductors, unless you feel like you're really weak on them. I would say if you're doing your compound lifts and some heavy lifts, your squats and whatnot, probably some lunges too in this case, you're working your hip flexors pretty well, and you might need just maybe 1 or 2 sets, but you don't need that much direct work to them.
More serious around high school. Freshman year, that's probably when I started taking things serious. And it was basically just me realizing the talent that I had. I could go somewhere, so I had to take things more serious because I wasn't just going to get there off the talent alone.
That goes Hurts. He fires. Touchdown! Smith!
That's what a workout looks like with the NFL receiver.
All right, looks like that's about the end of the video, boys and girls. You know the deal. If you want to check out the full video, it's on the Eagles channel. Tomorrow, I'll have a new video for you up as well. Till next time, see you later.